Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters. Welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. So this is your week ahead taroscope, right? Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So remember, tomorrow your year ahead stuff is being released, so you're going to get the numerology overview, you're going to get the life path videos, and then the year ahead astro taroscopes will be released for your purchasing pleasure. Your key to the week is the Justice card. So this is a week that is very much focused on commitment, potentially on contracts for some of you, and it may even also show up for you to really start thinking about anywhere that there is kind of a legal or contractual matter involved. You might be being called into putting your focus or your commitment there. All right, so for your actions and options this week, you've got the Knight of Swords. So for those of you that do have any and all legal disputes, challenges, or issues in the background, or if there are paperwork or contractual matters, I'm sorry to say the Knight of Wands can be a challenge when it comes to your conversations, right? So things potentially take on a little bit more of an aggressive air this week. But I will say, because it's in your actions and options, it looks like it's you that's playing hardball. For those of you that are actively seeking new job situations, work, going after new business, if you've got your own business, etc., this can actually be a really very proactive week, providing you have the inner commitment. That's what it's going to take to get this kind of over the finish line. Some of you could be signing new contracts this week. Now, in terms of the options that are available to you, the Knight of Swords does speak about commuting, right? So you might be very busy sort of zipping around here, there, and everywhere this week. Finally, the Knight of Swords coupled with the Justice card, for those of you that have, specifically for those of you that have children, and when I say children, this would be a Libra teenager, all right? This week, teenagers have that thing where they like to challenge authority, where they're starting to flex their own power. That may come up this week, all right? Now, you've got the Wheel of Fortune in your communications and conversations. This is beautiful, right? Because it suggests that you are getting some kind of not only good news, but you're getting something that's very supportive or conducive to whatever you are doing at the moment. Something that you are committing to or committed to now comes good. And because you've got this Knight of Swords here as well, there's some kind of spontaneous come on, brain. There's some kind of spontaneous travel that will need to happen. For most of you, this is going to be some kind of local, you get a call, maybe a family member says, look, we're calling a family meeting, you need to come round, all of that kind of stuff. It could just as easily be, though, through your work and your profession, and it could come very much what feels like out of the blue, but actually it's just a return of efforts, time, and energy that you've already expended. So for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, if you're looking to study abroad, this bodes very well for you. For those of you that are looking for placements that are going to require you to be more active or more on site or on scene, this looks really great. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, the good news is you will be rewarded handsomely. The challenging news is if you work in such a capacity, this week you will be not strong-armed, but you will be you'll be forced to go back into the office, all right? Whatever that looks like for you, if that's your situation. For the business owners amongst you, this I actually really like for signing a new client or making international connections of some sort. But it's also maybe you are being elevated or celebrated in some way that you can't really fathom until it happens. And then for those of you that are retired and no longer working, the Wheel of Fortune suggests that this is the turning point where you kind of say to yourself, okay, I'm ready to start taking it more easy from here on in. For your love and relations, you've got the Ace of Swords. So that's really nice. But I have to say, for a select few of you, that contract, that commitment, that justice card, any and all legal matters, it could come through either a family member and or a partner, or maybe even an ex for some of you as well. Very possible. All right, you've got to stick to your guns. It looks like you are. Aquarius very often doesn't lose their temper, because they tend to be quite quick or good with words, but every so often they flip their lid and lose their shit. And this, I'm sorry to say, might be one of those weeks. So just be mindful, right? Remember, you've got good stuff on your side. For those of you that are single and looking, somebody who is able to go toe to toe with you with that communication, somebody that is just as quick-minded, just as quick-witted, just as sharp-tongued, somebody that is effectively going to give you a run for your money is who you're looking at this week. And for those of you that have had problems or issues dating, or, you know, it hasn't maybe gone according to plan, or, you know, all the usual stuff, this actually does suggest a turning point. So I'm very much here for that. I think you're going to notice, even if you're just on a dating app, the type of conversation and communication that you're getting is different to what you usually get. So I like that. For those of you that are partnered, married, long-term commitment, for those of you that aren't having any problems, challenges or issues, this could be a contractual matter that you've been waiting for or fighting as a collective. It could also be the paperwork or the documentation that you need in order to move forward. With that and the Knight of Swords, you might be able to get a fast track here. There's some kind of luck on your side, because the Wheel of Fortune is in the communication sector. So that is you know, paperwork, documents, legal matters, proceedings. You've got the Justice card, you've got the Ace of Swords. There's a lot in this that suggests, although you're expecting something to take one certain amount of time or whatever, it will actually be a lot faster. For your money and materials, you've got a card of wealth. It is the Two of Wands. I love this, especially with the Justice card, right? This is kind of like, if the High Priestess and the Two of Swords is true psychic awareness, the Justice card with the Two of Wands would be true material success. You will need to work it. It's not just going to fall into your lap. So don't get complacent and think, well, you know, the money's rolling in, so I'm just going to sit on my ass and do nothing. It's not that kind of energy, all right? You will have to work it. But when the cards are this good, hey, you know what I mean? You got to do something with it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Two of Wands very often speaks to your head, your brain, and your mind. And to be honest, with these cards, it makes perfect sense, right? There might be so much information flowing through or over or around your brain this week that you're just like, you know, frazzled.com. So watch out for that, or at least do something that's soothing enough to really replenish your batteries. When it comes to your home and environment, Two of Wands, lots of discussions around home this week. But look, Two of Wands right next to the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Knight of Swords here as well. For some of you, you're spending at least a day away from home. It could be for any number of reasons, but for a lot of you, this will come very suddenly. I have an idea what it might be for myself. In that specific case, I really hope I'm wrong, but, you know, I'm just going to ride the wave and see how it shows up. But with that said, remember, your goodies go live tomorrow, so stay tuned. It's going to be marvellous. Let me know in the comments how this shapes up for you. With that said, take care, and I'll see you soon.